Okay, what are we gonna do in this video? We're gonna try to download historical return data from Yahoo Finance so that later we can calculate beta, create a portfolio, and we're gonna try to find the optimal portfolio weight using the downloaded information as a guidance. Okay. So I want to do two things. So the first thing I want to do is that I want to try to just download using the normal way where most of us used to do. So I'm going to download the data for Apple first. AAPL is the ticker. So usually you go to Yahoo Finance, which is finance.yahoo.com. And then in the search box, you enter the ticker of the stock, which is just the symbol that's being used to trade on the stock exchanges. So we have AAPL as Apple. So I'm going to hit enter. You're going to see this. You're going to see this page. So this is the summary page. So what you want to do is you want to go to the historical data. Okay. So when you have this historical data, what you can do is you can select the time period. For example, I want to select 5 years. So it's going to automatically populate from October the 30th to 2017 to October the 30th, 2022. So which is roughly today. As I'm recording this, it is October the 31st, 2022. So I want to show historical price, and I want to change the frequency to monthly so that we don't have too many observations. So I hit apply. As you can see, I have all these data, including date, which is the date of the beginning of that month. So basically, we're downloading monthly data. As you can see, we have October 2022, September 2022, August 2022. But these are all end of month data. So basically, if you look at this close, 155.74, that's basically the end of October closing price, not October 1st closing price. If you look at this, September 1st, $138.20, that's end of September closing price, not September 1st closing price. Okay. So, and we have something called an adjusted close. So let's see if we can find this note, double star. Okay, so if you look at here, the adjusted close price is adjusting for stock splits and dividends and or capital gains distributions. So capital gain distributions, they're only applicable to funds, mutual funds, or investment companies. So it doesn't really apply to individual stocks. So it basically is adjusting Apple stock for splits and dividends. So after that adjustment, the stock returns we calculate using this adjusted close is gonna be the stock returns that incorporates splits and dividends. Okay, so basically we'll need this column of data. So there are two things you can do to get that data. The first thing is you download it. Okay, once you hit download, well, it's not recorded in there, but I'm gonna hit open. Okay, so you're gonna see the data. So the data basically is like this. You have chronicle order data from November 1st, which is the end of November, to today, to September, to October, the end of October. So you have all these columns: open, high, low, close, adjusted close, and volume. So just to explain a little bit, open is the first price of the period, if it's the month. So basically, that's the first price that a trade is made at the beginning of the month, and close is the last one, and high is the highest, low is the lowest. Okay, so and the adjusted close is just after adjusted for price adjusted for splits and dividend payments. Okay, So we have this. And then what we can do is we can build a model in this sheet or in this file. But the problem is this is a CSV file, so it's a comma separated file. So the problem for that is if you try to do something, Excel will tell you that there is an error. That is, or it's gonna warn you. It's not necessarily a mistake. For example, because this specific file format, some of the advanced features of Excel cannot be incorporated. So we don't want that. So what we can do is we can create just an Excel file. But when we create this Excel file, what we end up with is that we don't. We have to copy and paste this whole thing. For example, I'm gonna select everything, copy it, and paste it here. So as you can see, nothing changes. We are just copying and pasting the data in here. But this is a little tedious, right? Because we need to download it, open a file, copy it, and put it in a different file. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you what we can do to save a step. That is, if we go to the this, you're gonna see here. So it says finance, the address, the URL, finance.yahoo.com/quote/apple history, period 1 equals to this, period 2 equals to this, interval is 1 month, filter in history, frequency is 1 month, include adjusted close is true. So this is like a kind of code. So what I want to do is that I want to copy this. Okay, so we have all these done, right? So these are some data. So it seems that we can have some secret codes to get the data. So what I want to do is, instead of hit download, I want to hit right click, and I can copy the link address. If I copy it, and then if I go to Excel, and let me delete this one, delete it. If I go to Excel, and then I try to go to, let's just paste it here and see. So as you can see, it's a query 1.finance.yahoo.com/v7/finance/download AAPL period 1 equals to this, period 2 equals to this, interval equals to 1 month, events equals to this, and that. Include adjusted close is true, right? So we have this. So how can we use this? So what we can do is that we can go to data and get data from web. Okay, so it's gonna ask us to put in a URL. So we just put what we just copied, that is the query.1.finance.yahoo.com/v7 blah 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 blah, and then I hit OK. So it's asking us some security related questions, so we just ignore whatever it is. We just hit connect, and we're shown the data. Okay, so as you can see, this is going from 2011 November 1st to here, but some of them are because we're only showing the first 200 rows, so we're not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna hit load. We have the data. Okay, so so we have the data. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. As you can see, the name is automatic, which is a little too much, so we just keep the apple. Okay, so that's the one way we can do it. The other way is actually we don't go to the Yahoo Finance to get that link. We can, but a better way is actually for us to get a little program that can actually help us automatically create whatever we want. So for example, I can do like ticker, and I can have beginning date, ending date, frequency, and include adjusted close, right? We have this. So I'm gonna paste what I just I'm gonna paste what I just got here. As you can see, this whole thing can be segmented into some parts. So the first is gonna be the beginning part, right? Until here. So I'm gonna separate the two, put the rest in the next row. So as you can see, this is the ticker, right? So this is the ticker. So I'm gonna keep the ticker. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna separate the ticker and have the others. So as you can see, this is period 1 equals to, it's basically the beginning time. So you may wonder, oh, this is the time? Actually, yes. So this is the this is just time in a different format, and we have whatever after that is gonna be our sorry. Oh, the number is a little. Oh, really? Wow, number is really a little, just too much, right? So, is there a way we can show this? Well, you know what? Let's leave it like this for now. And then we have period 2, so we can have period 2 equals to this amount, and we have the intervals, right? The intervals equals to 1 month, and we have the events, right, equals to history, right? And we have the include adjusted price, sorry, adjusted close, that equals to true. Okay, so oh, sorry, I just want true. Okay, it's still true, but anyways, so as long as it's true, it's true. Okay, so as you can see, we have all these, right? This is the beginning, the header, and this is the ticker. This is the period 1. The period 1 is essentially just beginning date. This is the value for period 1. This is period 2. This is the value for period 2. This is the interval. That is 1 month, right? We're getting monthly returns, and we have events, right? Events is history. We're looking for the histories of the price, and we have a flag or a switch for whether we want to include this adjusted close. So all we want to do is we want to concatenate all these text into one large text, so that we can have a full URL to download the data, and we can copy that into the data query from web. Okay, so that's the plan. So how do we achieve that, right? How do we achieve that? So let's first try to make everything the same width, 100 pixels. So I want to say the ticker is Apple, AAPL. So the beginning date, I want to use a normal date for the entry. That is, for example, I want to go November, let's say December 31st, 2017. And ending date is December 31st, 2022, right? That's today. So how do I transfer this date into this date, right? Into this date. So it says it's a date format, but let's change it to a non-date format so that we see a number. So why is this a date, right? So this is a date that computers understands. So computers really don't understand what October 31st means. It only understands, okay, it's a certain amount of days relative to a certain date. That is, for example, October 31st is 1 day after October the 30th, right? So for computers to be able to do that, all the dates are anchored to just 1 day. That is 1970 January 1st. So that's what Excel does. Okay, so so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna say to transfer it into that date, it equals to this, okay, minus the date of 1970 January 1st, the difference between the two, and then we're gonna multiply this to 8 86400. Okay, so as you can see, the same number. Okay, copy and paste the same number. Okay, so why do we have to multiply it by 86400? So do you know? So think about it. Why do you think we want to multiply with this number? Do you know what this number corresponds to? This number is actually the number of seconds within a day. So if I use 24 multiply with 60 multiply with another 60, right? 24 hours a day, 60 minutes an hour, 60 seconds a minute, we have the same number. Okay, so it's basically counting the seconds. Okay, so this is basically the number of seconds between this date and this date. Okay, so the same thing here. All right, then it's the frequency. We're looking for monthly data. We're just going to call it 1 month. So the Yahoo Finance data can only do a couple choices. It's either 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. Okay, so it can be more complicated, but it's gonna be a different story. So we're gonna keep the format a little consistent, a little more consistent, and these should let's do this. Okay, so adjusted close, it's always true. Okay, always wanna make it true. Okay, so so you may wonder, okay, so this is automatically transferred into capital letter true. So what's going on here? So true or false in Excel is just marked as this. So yes or no. We can clear the format. Let's say we do this. As you can see, the format doesn't change, right? So what you can do is you can put a column and then say lowercase true. Then it's gonna be giving you lowercase true. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the same format. Okay, I don't think it matters, but you know, let's do it. Okay, so so what we want to do is we want to concatenate all the text that's down here. Okay, so how can we do it? We need to use a function called concat. Okay, C1CAT. Okay, so concatenate. So it concatenates a list of or a range of text and strings. Okay, so what we can do is that we can just concatenate this, right? Then it's the ticker, and then like this, then like this, then like this, then like this. You know, we can keep doing this. It is okay, but it's gonna be a little, you know, messy when we look at a model, right? So let's actually code all these fields in there. So the first one is the URL header. So let's just copy this and put it here. Okay, so this is the URL header, and then we have the ticker, and then we have the period 1 equals to, we have this, we have period 2 equals to, we have this, we have events, we have history, we have the include adjusted close, right? So we're not gonna expose those because in any event these are gonna be the same. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say concat and the text, right, the first one, and text 2, I want to say it's gonna be the ticker, right, slash ticker. Then the third one is gonna be question mark period 1, sorry, lowercase period 1 equals to, then it's gonna be the beginning date, and then the next one will be and, right, period 2 equals to, comma, the second one, okay, second date, comma, and then interval equals to, okay, comma, the month, okay, and then the and events equals to history, comma, and then it's and include unadjusted close equals to true. Okay, so if I hit enter, as you can see, everything is concatenated together. So I can delete these. So let's go to Yahoo Finance again and copy this link again and put it here. So let's compare these two. They look exactly the same. Okay, so we are good, right? So this is, I'm gonna scooch this over and call it the link generator. Okay, so that if we want to download multiple data, multiple tickers, we don't really have to go back to the data. So for example, I want to have AMD. So as you can see, AMD is automatically updated. I can copy this, go to data from the web, paste this link, hit OK, and as you can see, the AMD data is loaded here. So I just hit load. So I'm gonna be given another set of data. So you may not be able to see the full picture. Let me scooch up a little bit. You can see the name of AMD is a little too long. I'm gonna remove it, and we got the AMD ticker. Okay, so that is it for this video.